As far as I, funkeadetuberu, is concerned, I see a new Nigeria in the hands of the Lord. We can't be praying passionately, intensely like this and not expect God to show us mercy. Whatever is happening, whatever you are seeing, I said something about opportunity. This season will give us a better opportunity and a better Nigeria. And mind you, life is about perspective. The way you see it is the way it is painted to you. I've seen a lot of people, when they feel disappointed, they don't know that disappointment in a way is an appointment. Sometimes that disappointment is an opportunity to improve on yourself. The way you see things, it will be determined by how you are going to react to challenges in your life. Disappointment, even people that does not have holy book understanding, they will say every disappointment is a blessing. But when we are disappointed and we take it too personal, get depressed, shout, cry, sulk, just stay on the spot. There are lessons that life is about to teach you when you are disappointed. In every mess, there's always a message. In every mess, there's a mandate. Disappointment is loaded in blessings. If you see it that way. Ìjákulẹ̀, pé kí nǹkan má ṣe bó ṣe yẹ kó ṣe, pé kí nǹkan má rí bó ṣe yẹ kó rí nígbà míì, ó máa ń jẹ́ kí ọkàn wa rẹ̀wẹ̀sì, ká máa wò ó pé kí ló dé, ta ni mo ṣẹ̀, sunkún sunkún sunkún, ronú ronú ronú, káríjọ káríjọ káríjọ. Bá a bá ṣe rí ni, tí ìjákulẹ̀ bá wà, nínú ìjákulẹ̀ yẹn ọgbọ́n wà ń bẹ̀, òye wà ń bẹ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ sunukun téèyàn bá fojú sunukun wò, Yorùbá ní tá bá dẹjú àárímú. Nice one. Téèyàn bá dẹjú ẹ̀ dáadáa ó máa rí mú ẹ̀. Even bí mú ẹ̀ bá kéré bíi tèmi, ẹ̀yin èèyàn mọ̀ mí, so ẹ̀ mọ̀ bóyá mú mi kéré. My name is Funkeadetuberu. This is Shematters on Fresh FM 105.3 Lagos, Center of Excellence. On behalf of our great leader, the father of Fresh FM, Dr. Efele, I welcome you to Shematters on Fresh FM 105.3 Lagos, Nigeria. Today, please don't listen alone. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be explosive. Shematters of today is deep and insightful. I need to let everyone listening to me today understand one thing. I want you to understand one thing. Parenting is the foundation of everything. If a child is raised in a home that values are on point, you honor an adult, you don't insult elders, you genuflex, you are trained, you are taught, the child will play back to life. I've had enough statements blaming the government, blaming politicians, everybody. If you change and you listen to your parents growing up, and your mother is not a baby, your father is not a baby, giving birth to a baby, you are mature to parents, you'll be shocked that we're going to have a better society. I'm still in puzzle of raising dynamic parents. Parents that understand their children, understand the way they are wired, understand the dynamics of how to know your children's nature, carrot and stick, what speaks love to them, peer pressure, pain of being stigmatized, bullies, words that crushes children. I've had to help a lot of people when I do premarital counseling that get addicted to all sorts. And when you trace the root of the addiction, you will just discover some funny things that in parenting people trivialize. They just assume, what are you doing there? What's your problem there? And those things became a point of soulish pain in the lives of the children. And before you know it, they start living a reckless life, medicating their pains with all sorts. And parents used to ask themselves, how did I get here? What went wrong? Who have I offended? I've heard a lot of people say such things, and I just smile. Unfortunately, we are living in a culture that lies on spirituality. Don't get me wrong. I understand demonology. I started as a deliverance minister, so I know what I'm saying. I understand the way demon infests children and infests people. But honestly, I said demon infesting children, sure. But if you look at it very well, if the door is not opened, serpents will not bite. When the edge is broken, serpents will bite. When the door is open and the children are vulnerable, exposed, before you know it, you'll be shocked that your children becomes demonized. The demonology part of it will come in. So everything rise and fall on parenting. If you understand me today, you will join me. The date for dynamic parenting has been extended to the 25th of March. That's when we are resuming. If I were to be you, I would do everything to learn how to parent. Your old age are your children. Me, I'm telling you, a child that is allowed to be rude, to be nasty, to misbehave, when that child is treating you like I don't want to use some words, like a stupid mother or father, and you allow it and you didn't correct it, when the child now becomes rich and old and insults you, that is a way to your early grave. That is the way to your early grave. So I used to say something. Òyìnbó mo mà ti ń sọ látàárọ̀. Mo máa ń sọ kankan pé nǹkan téèyàn bá ní jẹ lólówó tálíkà láti kọ́. There are things you will not take, not because you are proud, but because you know your worth, you know who you are, you understand the dynamics of life. You know that no matter what, I want to eat meat. I can't be calling brother cow. It's meat for eating, excuse me. Today is going to be powerful. Please make sure you follow me on Instagram as you are listening to me now. My handle is funkeadetuberu. My YouTube channel is funkeadetuberu. Like, subscribe, and share some of this information on my YouTube channel. I'm mixing my words both in English and Yoruba because of my audience. But of course, if you follow me on Instagram, I do a lot of things there that I speak complete English. So please don't be cut off, don't be pissed off, don't switch off because of the fact that I am not speaking all through English. I appreciate my audience. Fresh FM worldwide, Nigeria, let me put it that way. Tabati dé America, dé Canada, dé gbogbo ẹ̀. I'm up with worldwide, but for now we're in Nigeria and we have different tribes. I can even speak pidgin. I'm sure they hear the thing where they talk since I they talk about parenting, the thing where we do when we be papa, we be mama, the way we they train our pikin. Not be say you just stay there and let your pikin be doing the thing where they like. If you allow them to do the thing where they like, at the end of the day, the thing where will be happening is by the time you they old and you are supposed to maybe correct them, say the thing where you they do and no like, they will slap you and tell you to shut up. So train a child, begin to train your pikin the way you want them to go, because one day is coming when they will be bigger than you, maybe married with children, and they will think they can talk to you anyhow. Let that honor stay there. Make them honor you to your grave. So the thing where they talk be say I don't extend the date for dynamic parenting. It don't reach 25 of March or 25th of March. That's the time where we go resume again. So I'm giving you the opportunity, make you register. It's a Zoom. If you dey hear me from London, from America, anywhere you dey hear me from, we fit be in class. With your phone, you go be in class and you go learn many things. If you no learn now, the people are not destroyed because they get generational curse or they get grandpapa or great grandpapa that they kill them, that won't kill them or they pursue them. Is because they don't know what to do. If you don't know how to parent your children, you go just dey struggle. This boy, this girl, I don't know. It's very simple. Knowledge delivers. There's a way knowledge dey set people free. That's so the word of God talk am. Yeah, today is going to be powerful. I have a guest in the house. I brought her in the last 2 weeks. We have been on this matter and we want to take it to another level. She has shared her experience. If you miss any of the episodes, you can go on my Instagram handle. Funkeadetuberu is the handle. It's also on my YouTube channel. Just put everything together and follow the story. But a proper story, very powerful story. Actually, somebody replied and said, if I had known the parents, I would have reported to the police and they would have arrested the father. I said that time, the way they raised us that time, I remember one day, I didn't know what I did though. The next thing, my grandmother, I think I stole meat or something. She just took grind pepper and put am for my private part. Now so they train us when I was growing. Yes, my grandmother, I can never forget. Children don't forget what they do. I stole which pikin not they steal. That pepper, if they try it now and you get on social media, you go jail. So training children that time is not like this time. Life don't change. Everything don't change. Well, somebody, maybe one day I will have a discussion on, is it abusive to train our children like that, or is it better? Is a topic for one day. I will teach it in one of the Shematters program for you to know if the way we're trained. I remember when my mommy is having a visitor and she does not want to give them drink. I'm not going to do cheap publicity for any drinking on the program. She just say, Funke, drink. He will mention it. Borio. If you see, say you don't see. If they born my papa well, let me bring that bottle of that drink for that visitor. She will break the bottle on my head because she thought that I should know that she's giving me a signal. Or she'll just go to another language. Some of you that are not old, you don't understand. Togobaga mugu kikinigi yege wanga you are going to you understand? So maybe one of these days I would actually dissect and analyze the fact that, is it a good way to raise our children? The way they raised us? Wow, that's a good one. Or is this generation that is better? We're going to look at it and we're going to balance it. But in all honesty, it's parenting. Whether the way they did it in our age, I'm 60 already, or in this new age, it's still parenting. Because of the level of parenting that time, if you allow me to take that route, we are not going to live here today. But I know that the person that said she would have gone to report to the police and they will arrest the father. Forget it. Those days, there's no police. The police will beat you and take you home with your children. Because we believe that everybody must train children the same way. So your father, your mother is always right. But if you do it now, you better don't do it now. Or else you will hear yourself in prison. And they will help you to put your body, your private part for inside social media. Then you'll not be regretting your act. So let's be careful. This woman that I brought last week has been through a lot. And because of her background, because of where she was coming from, she had to marry. Me next week. And me called you because In your mess, there's a message. In her mess, there's a message. And that message has to be learned and taught. Episodes by episodes, line upon line. Ìwọ náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ mi ẹ máa mú ìtó jẹ́ ti yín bẹ̀. Ẹ máa mú ìtí ẹ máa fi tún ayé yín ṣe ń bẹ̀ nínú àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ń gbọ́. I'm taking her today to her marital life. You know, I asked her a question last week about what was the first sexual exposure. She actually tried to keep herself despite the fact that her father was not there, her mother was not there. But because of the fear that has been put in her, there's nothing, still fear continually. I'm sure she knows that if she comes to that house with pregnancy, she will die. I'm very sure, because if you just took a note from school, bóyá ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn last week, tẹ́ bá miss ẹ lọ gbọ́ o, took a note from school to copy, and she was beaten. The person that gave her the note was beaten. Let her now bring pregnancy to the house. That is the way to the grave. So I'm sure that's one of the things that made her to keep herself. But I teach this, and let me say, you know, in my nature, that's my nickname. Trace it, face it, erase it, and start replacing it. The root of her pain, foundational problem, still pushed her. She would tell us her story herself. You are welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm so excited to have you in the studio for you to share your life story. We have stopped about parenting in a way. Let me take your life to having to make a choice of relationship. Ẹ má bínú, gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ti ń sọ lóyìnbó náà ni màá tún sọ nínú ọ̀rọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n mi fẹ́ ká gbára wa lákòókò nítorí pé kíni ọ̀nà bí tá à ń lọ ó jìn gan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ àlejò mi nǹkan tó nílò láti sọ nípa ìgbéyàwó. Láti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí o, ṣe mọ̀ pé a ti sọ̀rọ̀ òbí níjẹjọ àti jẹ́ẹ̀dógún gbogbo bó ṣe rí, ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ ká tún lọ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nípa ìgbésí ayé tó ń gbé báyìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó ti wà nílé ọkọ, nítorí ibi tán ti ń bọ̀. Ẹ má gbàgbé ibi tán ti ń bọ̀, torí nǹkan tí ò kì í yé àwọn èèyàn ni pé ibi tá a ti ń bọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ ká mọ ẹni tá a máa fẹ́, ló máa jẹ́ ká fẹ́ ẹni tá a fẹ́, ló jẹ́ ká fẹ́ ẹni tá a fẹ́. Where you are coming from your background, is the one that lures you to marry the person you're married or the person you are going to marry. That's why I'm screaming premarital counseling. Emergency. Yes, let me hear your story as being married. Your journey in this marriage, I'm interested. Go ahead. People are listening.
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma. Let me start this way. When I will still take little from my own background. So that is where I started that one. So let me just, when I was 24, I went to school then. So then, because my school fees then was like 19,000 something. So if I go to my daddy and tell him, this is my school fees, he used to give me maybe 9,000 normal for me. So I'll be the one to look for the remaining one. So I was doing PT then. So I was working in a petrol station. Mwani boyfriend in Gbayen. So I was now telling the boy that I'm scared. Because I was 24, that I'm scared. I cannot do anything. I was in that Ngoko. He now said, you want to tell me you are still a virgin at 24? I said, yes, I'm still a virgin, not knowing that. So I was just telling him, I was still arguing with him for like 1 year. So later I have to allow him. So mo gbọ́ pé tí obìnrin bá fẹ́ this virgin, it pains, blood will come, everything, but nothing came, no pain, though little pain, but not kò ń ṣe pain. So I was crying. The boy was now telling me, you are not a virgin, and you told me you are a virgin. I said, to God who made me, I have never slept with somebody one-on-one like this. So ìyẹn náà máa bá fún mi till today, even till tomorrow. I don't know, maybe ó máa kúrò lọ́kàn mi pé how did I.
Let me explain that to you. Some women don't actually have hymen. They don't have. So sometimes some men, I need to clear that, because I've had a lot of people that comes to me on the program and saying, she said she was a virgin and I didn't meet her as a virgin. Some women, because of pain, because of pressure because of the church that she has been through. Trauma can remove hymen. She has been beaten. Check it. You see, one thing I want people to understand is go online and check some things. We are living in a small world, in a global village, so it's not a rocket science. If a girl has been beaten the way her daddy has ever treated her, you don't know what trauma is. It is the mercy of God that will not make her to have cancer before she died because of trauma. A merry heart is medicinal. A sorrowful heart rottens the bone. Kini cancer, kini ulcer, bones are rotten. So if you know how human beings are wired, there are some things you will never subject a human being to. Please go ahead. Don't stress yourself because they didn't meet hymen. Life was the one that removed your hymen.
Yes, ma'am. So when I finished my ND program, I went back home. I gave my daddy to whom it may concern. So the result was not yet out then. So I gave him my to whom it may concern. So the very day I got home, I met he has already married another lady from my village. They brought one little girl for him. Yes. Okay. So because you know me, I'm not at home again. Nobody to do the cooking and to tidy up the house, everything. So
the woman has become a decorated cardboard. Somebody that will be in the house as a maid. That's why a lot of people marry. I will still talk on wrong reasons for marriage, but not today.
So when I got home, the woman was happy. I said, she even told me, well, if your daddy comes now, your daddy will be happy. And I told the lady that I would like to go back for HND, but now I want to go for my IT first. So when my daddy came, he came in the evening by 5, so he went out again. He congratulated me. He said, he even called one of his brother in the village, said, this girl is through with her ND program. He was not the one that sponsored me. Little, we were paying together. So when he now came back around 12 in the midnight. When he came, he sat in the sitting room. Then he asked his wife to call me. When the wife came to my place, said, your daddy is calling. When I got there, my daddy was already drunk. So he was now telling me, you think, he was saying something else. You think you and your brother, you want to sell this house. How old am I that want to sell the house? He was home around 5, but because he want to tell me some things again, he now went back to the beer parlor and get himself as in ready to pounce on exactly. So then I was now afraid. But I thought Motin Dagba, is this thing going to continue like this? And his wife was there then. So my dad was now shouting, you are not sleeping in this house. So you said you went to school. Did I ask you to go to that school? I was now thinking, maybe you were home in the evening before. He said, I'm not sleeping in this house. So me and my brother, we want to sell his house. He was just talking, doing everything, saying rubbish, even threw the remote of the TV to me. So I knew to team board there. So I now told his wife, let's go and sleep in the second flat. Our tenant flat. The woman now said, she's going to follow me. With my 2 step brothers, we now went to my neighbor's place. That woman and her husband discussed everything about us. What type of father is this? A lady managed to go, you little girl managed to go to school yourself, come back again. So that when it's in the morning, and I went to my brother because my brother was not staying with us again. And I went to my brother's place. This is what daddy said. My brother now said, Sheba, I told you not to go to that house. If you are coming back from your school straight, come to my house. And I said, you two, you are in a room. How will be managing you and your fiancé? So I now told my brother that I want one thing now, so that because at times my chest used to pain me. My chest will not be strong. I will not be able to breathe. So I have known cotton penny ironu then at that age. So I now told my brother, please, what I want you to do for me now is that one of our landlords in my daddy's area there, let me go and give him this to whom it may concern, because the man is working in an insurance company. And I told the man that, please, I want to work with you, and I don't want Ibadan. I don't want to stay around my daddy at all, because my daddy can come to anywhere I'm working. He can do it. I know he can do it. So the man now said, okay, there's a new branch in one place outside Ibadan. I said, yes, I will go. So me and my brother now went to that place. then we met with the manager, the lady. So the lady now, I was now staying in the woman's house. We go to office together, we come back again in the evening. So I was working in Akure. As in, I told them I don't even want IT. They should be giving me salary because I will need money to take care of myself. So the woman has said, okay, they will try, but I will come in as an IT student. So later, so anytime we come back from the office, I will be inside. I will lock the door at the back. So there was a day, if that woman's children is knocking on the door, I will not answer it because I will be crying. I will be thinking again, when will I stop this suffering? From school, home again, to another place again. Nobody to tell, because my heart was very, very heavy. I have a lot of things to tell somebody, but who will I tell? I'm very suffering. So one of the woman's son now came. Now went and meet his mommy. That mommy, is this auntie a ghost? Whenever she comes back from the office, she's always indoor crying, because I will take anybody that is peeping through the door will know this lady is crying, because I will hit myself on the floor and throw the pillow anyhow. So the woman now tell.
So you were dealing with anger. A lot of anger is seated on you. Continue.
So the woman now tell the son to call me. So when I got to the woman now said, what happened? I now explained to the woman. The woman now said, I need somebody in my life. Maybe when I come back from the office, he will take me out, we play, then I come back. I said, okay. So from there, I was now happy. So I used to go to cinema and all that. So I now met a man. So then I was now dating the man. So later the man now told me he wants to marry me. That his marriage has not yet broken, but his wife is not with him. That he asked the wife not to go far to go and work. That the wife refused. That him and the house girl and the driver is alone at home. So later now, we're now moving together. My boss knew about it. Even my co-workers knew about it. So later,
see how compromise is starting. Continue, because my own standard is high. Continue.
So later, I think I don't know, maybe I was pregnant then, because I was still menstruating, but because my stomach was somehow. So that woman now said I should go for a test, but I decided not to go for a test. I now said I want to go to Ibadan, not knowing that I was carrying this girl's pregnancy then for that man that I met in that place. So I now went to my house, to my daddy's house. I didn't go to my brother's house, my brother's place. So I now told his wife that it's like I'm pregnant. It's like I'm pregnant too, and I would like it 100%, because I will see my own person, as in I will use that baby as little as he or she will be. Ma fi ṣe ìyá mi àti bàbá mi, as in, you understand. So I know it's not going to be that easy. So the woman now said, what if your daddy gets to know? I said, I don't know. So I was now all these things was now coming out. So my daddy now asked,
how old were you then?
I was 25.
Okay.
No, 24. I was 28. Sorry, 28, because I did 3 years course in school, PT. I was 28 then. So when my daddy now asked me, what happened to you? I said, it's malaria. He said, it's malaria. You already knew
that your body,
everything has changed. Yes. So later now, when I now went for scan, they now said this 3 months. Honestly, instead of me to be crying, I was happy. I don't know me, but I was extraordinarily happy. This is the first time to know me how to do.
Wow.
I don't know the reason, more reason. So I now call my boss. This is what it is. The woman now called the man himself. The man now said, the man started abusing me. Why did you abort it? You're at your age, you are pregnant for a kinikon.
Who said that?
The man that owns the exactly. And now he said, do you want to spoil my name? Kinikon. I said, don't worry, I will keep this child myself. Kinikon. So I now kept it. So when it was now 4 months, he couldn't jade. So my daddy now said I should take me and that thing inside me out. That he used to have different type of visitors, lawyers, doctors, that would they come and see me, his daughter pregnant in his house. So I now went to my brother's place. So some of okay, my brother's landlady now followed us to my daddy's, and my daddy now said no, she should go. Well, that was how he sent me away.
She's crying.
So
daughter is here.
That was how he sent me away.
I will still allow her to talk, don't worry. People just keep listening to this.
So that was how he sent me away. So now I was now staying with my brother. So when the pregnancy was now 6 months, my brother's wife now said, oh yeah, go and register for antenatal. So my brother now took the man's number. Now he now called him that why did you neglect this girl like that? The man now said so later I now went to the hospital. When it was now 9 months, I went to the hospital. I put to bed. Thank God Mosha be your mommy then. So it was.
How old is your daughter now?
She'll be 14 this year.
She's here with us in the studio. We're still going to listen to her. I've told her to bring her children. Wow, imagine the daughter is crying. When a child is abused growing up, choices of marriage becomes a problem. Can I say this to all our listeners? If you have been through any form of abuse, please don't move on until you go through therapy. It might be a mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse, any form of abuse, meaning you are being abnormally used by your parents or guardian growing up. Don't move to another level without doing counseling and therapy. You know why? You're going to be making wrong choices over and over and over again. Yes, let me hear your story as you go on. Thank you.
So when I put to bed, my brother called the guy. So he said he's coming. So he didn't come. My brother now got a room apartment for me. So I was now there with my baby alone. So when my baby got to 1 year, I started teaching in a nursery and primary school. So from there, I later went for an interview. I was now working with more microfinance, SIP microfinance. So later when my child now it was not easy raising her alone. When she was 4 years old, yes. And now there's one woman in my area then. So I don't know, maybe the woman has been watching me because just me and the girl alone. So the woman now called me one day that, madam, please, I want to see you. So I now went downstairs. She said I should come to her. Her house is a bit far from my house. So I now went to her. So I now met one young guy in her house. So she now said that she has been watching me, that if it's another lady that is staying alone with one child, different men will be coming to the lady's house. I said no, that I'm not like that. So the guy now talked to me. I said let me go and think over it. Though I did not know that I want to get married then, but because at times there will not be food for me and the little child. At times, in fact, I don't know how to put, the suffering was much because my dad even refused to talk to me at all. He refused to talk to me. So that teaching, I was earning 8,000 naira then. So my child is going well. So she's a very brilliant girl. So she started school very early. So it was not easy. So I was now thinking, if I get married, maybe the burden will reduce. The person will help me with our fee and food and everything. So I now thought of it. I now told one of my neighbor. The woman now said, maybe you should allow the guy. So when the guy now came to my house, to where my child is, into where I'm living. So the guy now said, thank God I have a daughter that my daughter is his own daughter too. He was doing well then. So later, after 2 weeks, and I asked him that hope you are not married, because I don't want to scatter anybody's home, because I don't even like it at all. The guy now said that he's not married, but he have something to say, but he will bring his mom to my house. I said you are not to bring your mom to my house. Take me to your mom now. he now said no, that his mommy is coming to Ibadan. Then his mommy is not based in Ibadan. So when they now came, the grandma was now begging me, please, so call on Jackie work body duro. Even if I don't want to marry him before, what that grandma was saying.
The mother came as backup for manipulation for his decision. You have not heard the end of the story. Just listen. Go ahead.
So the woman now begged me. I now said, grandma, I want to ask your son question to pay. And now said that let me wait till you come. Your son said you don't have anything to say now until you come. And now she now said, oh yeah, bury mommy. And now said, share your son has not married ni. He said that she's the woman now said, he married that, but his wife has left the house since 2 years. And I said, how many kids? He said, 2 boys. I said, the woman was now begging me. So I now called my brother and I told my brother. My brother now said, there's no big deal. Since the woman is gone, because then it's like I can't even think, because I can't think alone. I would think that is the best way. So we now started though. It was only city room introduction with my brother because my daddy was already gone then. So my daddy was late then. So when later I now told the boy that it is me that is paying for this house. Maybe you should go and rent another one. Where are you stay? Your own house. Let's go there. He now said no. That he want to vacate that place. Not knowing that his wife, that him and his mommy told me that she has left, she has gone. The wife is still there in his house with the 2 boys.
My story, my reality. Continue.
So he now said okay, and I said I don't want one room, but at least a room and self-contained. He now said no, he's going to rent a room. So I said okay. So
the man said you were thinking of having a room and a self-contained. He now said he will only rent a room.
A room, yes. So
Can I say this? We might not finish it today actually, but let me say this to somebody here hearing me today. When you are desperate, don't make a decision, no matter what it is. Run your small mind with great mind. Do counseling, because by the time you enter into it, you will hear her story. Her story is so pathetic. Now she was thinking, if I have this man, he will help me to take care of my daughter. So out of desperation, she entered another ditch, and that is how it happens. So learn from her case. That's why I'm bringing her to your homes, to your ears. So when you want to make a choice or a decision that has to do with your destiny, you will think it through. Go ahead.
So later, after 1 year and some months, I got pregnant for him. So wow. when I was 2 months pregnant, I was sleeping around 5 a.m. He was not around. He told me he was traveling, not knowing that he has gone. I don't even know, maybe he has gone to his house or nothing. So around 5 a.m. I now saw his call. My phone was now ringing. It was him that was called. When I now picked the call, it was the woman's voice I heard. The woman now said, hello, are you? She now mentioned my name. Are you so person? I said yes, ma. She now said, I have traced your name. I have seen your name. I've seen your picture on Facebook. By the time my husband, as in her husband, is finished with me, my enemy will become useless. That so my and I was already pregnant then.
Hey, second error.
In fact, I was now crying. Immediately I said, okay, ma, now. She now ended the call. So I was now crying. So after 3 hours, the guy now came. When he now came, I knew something might have happened in the house. So when he now came, he now said, what happened? I said, but you said you are traveling and you'll be coming back next week. Why are you coming this morning? He said, what happened? And I said, your wife called me with your phone and you said your wife is not with you. You and your mother told me your wife is not with you for the past week, and not knowing that your wife is in your house. He now said, money. And I said, how did your phone get to her hand if there is no good rapport between the both of you? So he now said, in the bedroom, he went to see around. See, mommy, I don't know what to do. I said, again, God, So I now called his mommy. I said, Mama, no, this was not
he
what
just manipulated his mother. Since he's the one feeding the mother, exactly. The mother will have no choice than to. If you are a mother and you are doing this to another woman like you, it is wickedness. Ìkà lẹ́ṣẹ̀ yẹn. Tẹ́ bá jẹ́ obìnrin, tẹ́ jẹ́ ìyá, tẹ́ wá ń ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fún ọmọ mi tó jẹ́ obìnrin, ìkà lẹ́ṣẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin náà wò tó bá jẹ́ yín lẹ bí ọmọbìnrin, ṣé ẹ máa gbà kó lọ fẹ́ èèyàn tẹ́ mọ̀ pé ó ti bímọ, tẹ́ mọ̀ pé ọmọ yín ni tó ti bímọ? Is wickedness. Continue, please.
So when I now called the mommy, the woman now said, má bínú, kíní kan ìwà rẹ̀ ò dání, máa ń yí mattress fi fún ọkọ rẹ̀ lórí mọ́lẹ̀. Mo ní grandma, ẹ bá ti sọ, you have told me now, kíní kan pọ̀ mo dẹ̀ tí even if I don't want to.
Mattress yí ọkọ ẹ̀ lórí mọ́lẹ̀. Continue.
I don't want to believe the man before because that grandma was there, so òun ló jẹ́ kí n gba everything gbọ́. So I now told you, the woman now said, má bínú, má ṣe tiẹ̀ kó náà má ṣe tiẹ̀ tó. So
that was how you became you enter into polygamy without planning. Wow. Continue.
So gradually I knew I was another suffering ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì. So because the woman used to call me every day, woman threaten me, I will kill you, I will do that pregnancy, you and that pregnancy will go to heaven, kini kan. But there's one thing I used to tell her because I know she's not at fault. It is me and it's not my own fault. I don't want to scatter anybody's home. I don't pray to. So I now told you, man, auntie, your mother-in-law and your husband they were the one that told me you've gone for 2 years. So I don't know. Assuming I knew you were still there, the woman will still continue swearing for me. You must die with that pregnancy. There was a day I now told her, I said, money adabi tó bá jẹ́ pé mo mọ̀ lókù, but tí mi bá mọ̀, tí mi mọ̀. So that was so when my pregnancy got to 7 months, I was in the church then. So I was now ọmọ wa mú mi as if pé mo fẹ́ bímọ. So they prayed for me. I was in the church for like 1 month. Later, after 9 months, let me say 9 months, I went through hell nígbà tí mo fẹ́ labor. Before I went to the hospital, I had a dream that my own
go ahead.
My own brother, I don't know, maybe torí mo wá wo film pé wọ́n gbé àwòyàn, I don't know. So I was sleeping like this, facing up, facing the ceiling. They were now punching my stomach, punching that pregnancy. So maybe 2 or 2 weeks after, ọmọ wa mú mi and I went to the hospital. So when I got to the hospital for good 3 days, I was laboring and sleeping. Mo ń labor, mo ń sùn. So after the 3rd day, they gave me, all sort of injection láti fi gbé ọmọ yẹn jáde because they said, so when the nurses now pull out the baby, they now said, that was when I knew Thomas sọ pé lifeless, definitely ọmọ yẹn ti kú ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. So immediately they pulled the baby out, they now said lifeless. So when I heard that, I was now shouting. She was in the hospital with me then. So I was now crying. Even the father of that baby was there. I was now shouting. I was now crying, God, please. I never knew this man has a wife at home. It's not my fault. The nurses now told me, Madam, take heart. And I said no. Now I knew how I called God because dá mi lójú pé mi ò ṣe deliberately pé kí n lọ dalẹ̀ olérú. So that was what I was telling God. And God, please, if it's only these two children you want to give me, help me. It is you that woke Lazarus up. If it is true in the Bible that ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wà ní Bible, come and wake this child for me, please. I did not allow them to clean me up. They even ọmọ yẹn ti dúdú.
Yeah.
Ó ti gan, ó ti dúdú. They threw him on one place there. They now say, Madam, alelo mi to because private hospital so they won't give me. They was just begging me the day. Take heart in me, madru. But in fact, I cannot forget God in my life. I cannot do without calling God or thank. Even if I cannot ask for what I want from him, I will always praise him. So when after some hours tó pọ̀, and now because I was shouting, meti ha, so I now saw that baby tán ló ti kú yẹn, ó wá ṣe as in it was now moving on that bed. So I was now hitting the bed because my daughter and the father of that baby was peeping through the curtain. Wọ́n wò mí, so I was now calling their attention, yes, that they should, that baby, that they now went and called the nurses the nurses say àwọn òrírò eléyìí they now call the doctor yẹn ò sí ní kò gbé ní hospital. So the man now came, said kí ni Ọlọ́run, I was going to CAC then, kí ni Ọlọ́run tí mò ń pè yẹn. I said Ọlọ́run náà ni Ọlọ́run tí mò ń pè ní kíní kan kí má ṣá don't let me long.
Yes, the story.
So exactly, so the baby now woke up again. Wọ́n wá fún ní abẹ́rẹ́ wá dúdú as if pé nǹkan tó ti lọ lóòótọ́ bí aláǹgbá tó ti. That only boy, that my Isaac.
Your second.
Exactly,
Isaac,
that my second.
the God with us. Laughter nìyẹn àbí, that's the meaning of Isaac. Lọ́jọ́ púpọ̀ láti lọ, à ń padà bọ̀. We have to come back. I'm still taking you somewhere in her story. She's gone through a lot. She's still going through a lot. Sometimes life is not fair. Life is not fair. Most of the time, not even sometimes. Life is not fair. But one thing I'm sure of and I'm resolute about is God is faithful. And he's too faithful to fail. Yeah. It takes a strong woman. It takes a resilient woman. It takes a woman that has made up her mind that she will leave. Because the situation she's finding herself now, it is obvious that she has made up her mind to leave. I want to encourage everyone listening to me today to go back to your life and ask yourself, something has happened now. Should I continue to suffer or should I seek help? Help is always available. There is someone somewhere that God has given wisdom to handle marital naughty issues. Ìṣòro ìgbéyàwó àwọn kan ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ fún. Mo jẹ́ kan nu wọn tí mo ráàánú gbà. Don't die in silence. Don't let your life be a warning. Let it be an example. Don't kill yourself because you are confused about your relationship. If you do that, definitely life continues. But why must you suffer when you can seek help? Why must you go through hell where you can go to heaven? I'm not talking about heaven, hell now. Because people are living in hell and they are still on us. Kò yé mi bí mo ṣe máa sọ Yorùbá o. Àkójọ ọ̀rọ̀ tí a ti ń gbọ́ lénìí ni pé arábìnrin yìí tòró òyìnbó láti sọ mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin kan fẹ́ gbọ́ mi ní Yorùbá. Àwọn kan wọ́n ti rìn nínú ìrìn àjò ayé wọn tí wọ́n ti ṣe àṣìṣe lálàkọ́kọ́ nítorí òbí tó bí wọn. Wọ́n tún ṣe àṣìṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì nítorí òbí náà ni o. Àṣìṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta. Yorùbá ní iná èṣì kì í jóyàn lẹ́ẹ̀mejì. Ṣùgbọ́n téèyàn ò bá mọ nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe tí ò bá mọ ọ̀nà àbáyọ iná èṣì á jó lẹ́ẹ̀mẹwàá. And that is not the counsel of God for you. If you are hearing me today and you know you are going through stuffs, seek help. Seek help. Before we go today, I want her daughter to share one experience with me in the next maybe 2 minutes, so that by the time we are coming back next week, she will talk, her mother will talk, and let's see how we can go. But Yorùbá lẹ́yìn tó bá ti purọ́ ló máa lẹ́lẹ́rìí ń wà lọ́rùn. Ẹlẹ́rìí arábìnrin wà ń bí o. Because the more she's talking, the more she's saying, my daughter was there, my daughter was there. Come, my darling. Of course, no name, no face, no identity. We have done that before. We have said that before. I want to ask her, can you share your mommy's experience in 1 minute? Can you share just greet everybody? Ali, shake much. Oh yeah, girl.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you. She's so brilliant. Can you imagine? Mama confidence. I like this. Don't let me take time. Yes. What? Don't name, no face, no identity. You are going to come back next week to share some of your experiences you've had in relating with your mom over the years. Are you ready to do that with me?
Yes, ma.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. No time. Look at wow. I wish we had enough time to do this today. But definitely we have another opportunity to have her even the way she spoke and the kind of confidence she assumes, mo mọ̀ pé she will have a story to tell. And let me say this, the devil does not fight what he does not fear. The reason why this are happening to them and happening to her, or has happened to her, is because of where she's destined to be in life. Wow, I want to say a very big thank you to all our listeners today. I know you have a lot of questions you want to ask me. Just send me a text. Please don't call my number. You know I tell people not to call me. Those questions, I'm going to address them on your behalf. The number to text, to voice note, or to WhatsApp is 080 232 42389. 080 232 42389. Join me. Follow me on Instagram. My handle is funkeadetuberu. On behalf of Dr. Nkadjoela Efele, the visionary leader of Fresh FM Nigeria, I want to say a very big thank you to all our listeners today. I appreciate you so dearly for, coming to be part of this. I appreciate my guest. Next week, we're going to have her again and her daughter, and we're going to have a blast. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.